From Virtual World in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's the second annual International Virtual World Cup, featuring special appearances by Judge Reinhold, Weird Al Yankovic, Cheech Marin, Nora Dunn, and Joan Severance. And now, here are your hosts, Rob and Bill.
Hey, welcome to Virtual World in Las Vegas, Nevada, site of the second annual Virtual World Cup,
where Virtual World national champions from the United States and Japan will be battling it out for the title of International Grand Masters. I'm Rob.
And I'm Bill.
Come with us. We're going to show you what it's all about.
In 1897, Alexander Graham Bell and Nikola Tesla organized the Virtual Geographic League with the goal of discovering and exploring other dimensions. The VGL operated in total secrecy until in 1990 a special session of the board voted to open Virtual World sites to the public to fund ongoing research. Virtual World now has 12 sites across the United States and 8 in Japan. Each site hosts local qualifying rounds and site-linked competitions to determine the national champions. 2 adventures are currently accessible. Battletech, a 31st century battle in giant 2-legged tanks on the desert planet of Solaris 7. And Red Planet, a high-speed air race through the mining canals of Mars.
There's 4 events in this competition.
Well, you got your individual Battletech and your team Battletech.
You got your individual Red Planet and your team Red Planet, also known as Martian Football.
But before we begin, here's the first of 2 training films that are used to train all Virtual World pilots the world over.
You are gonna love this.
One time, come on, make it happen. Okay. Well, we've waited for 6 months. One more night isn't going to kill us.
I can't stand it anymore.
Roger, CMC control and uploading it. This is Mars Weather Channel frequencies. Lockdown, cybernetics, Mars is
Get me a pilot. Get dueling.
Do nerds never sleep?
Dueling. Nice flight suit.
Put these in water. Mars, you did it.
You're the first pilot in. It's your dream come true, dueling.
I could kiss you, Doc.
Some kind of weird alternative future. Mars has been turned into a slave labor colony run by something called the Colossal Mining Corporation. They've already turned the entire planet into an industrial wasteland.
Your pod will morph into this hovercraft. We think it's some kind of ore carrier.
Only some grease monkeys tripled the rocket booster capacity.
Something's going on.
You're gonna find out what. Dooley, I'm not finished briefing you yet.
Hey, lighten up, Doc. It's only a slave colony on Mars.
Hey, this mission goes by the book. This is the first drop into this universe, Dooley. You go there, you run tests, you come back.
Could you untie me?
Prepare to launch.
Everybody ready? All right. Launch on my mark. 5, 4, 3,
Julie,
2,
be careful.
1.
She's out of here.
Bravo Zulu, I'm in the pocket.
I'm with you on my screen.
Sir, we're picking up a pirate transmission.
Good evening, Mars! And hello to all fellow enslaved workers. I'm Freeman Jack, and until the CMC police track down this transmitter, we're gonna televise tonight's race!
Race?
All right.
Just put Dooley in the middle of a race?
To the winning flag, freedom! And to the losers, death.
Bring her back. Bring her back now.
Small technical problem!
Dooley, this might take a couple of minutes.
Hey, no pressure. It's just a Martian death race. Okay, well, let me figure out how to fly this thing. Push my joystick to the right, turns my VTV to the right. Pushes left, takes me left. If I want to rise up, I pull back. And to go down, I push it forward. And this is my throttle. For the record, Doc, reverse is the red button on the throttle.
Knock, knock, who's there?
Oh, just a tourist. If I were you, I'd sue my travel agent.
Burn, Forsaken One! Burn! Burn!
Great, huh?
Dooley, no. You were to keep your craft stationary.
Hey, you put me here, Doc. You can't get me back. The loser gets death. I don't think so.
Out of my way, child of Satan!
Whatever you say, Padre. Amen. Check it out. The lower to the ground you are, the faster you go. Vacation's over, tourist. Martians.
Almost!
Now, did someone mention something about solid rocket boosters? Hey, knock, knock, who's there?
Hey, chica, who taught you how to drive?
Tu madre.
Ooh, I think I'm in love.
Uh-oh. Time to come home now, Doc.
Stanley.
Please, God, I'll always be good. Those little rookies only give obey orders.
No, get her!
Be nice to McIntyre.
Dooley.
Doc. Oh, all that stuff I just said? I was just kidding.
Hold it. Right there. Great.
Hey, Doc.
Have them out. Okay, this one's the
What do you got to
All right,
say?
look, here we go.
Oh, Bill, check it out, man. This receiver is actually a transinitiator for the frequency response
what are
of the
you doing?
television
What are you
station.
doing? You
I got
don't
it under
know anything
control.
about
If
this
you'll see
stuff,
that.
but-
Hold on. There's something happening that we're not aware of here.
What is
It's
this?
one of these things. If you just turn one of the
Dooley.
Boys, come on, you know better.
Dooley.
Wow, thank you.
All right. Do you think you can explain the first round of competition without getting into any more trouble?
I think we can do that.
I think we do that too.
Follow me.
Follow her up.
The first event is Red Planet, where pilots translocate to a mining colony on Mars in the year 2053.
Each of them is piloting a souped-up hovercraft, kind of like this one, only a whole lot larger.
These pilots are going to race through treacherous canals in an attempt to reach the scoring zones without being knocked off course or slamming into a wall.
They call this event Martian football. Each team consists of 4 players, 1 runner, 1 blocker, and 2 crushers.
The runners pilot Bug-class vectored thrust vehicles, or VTVs, with a top speed of 324 kilometers per hour.
Yeah, but each bug carries 2 sets of 6 boosters that can push their top speeds to over 1,000 kilometers per hour.
Well, that's why you hear the crowds yelling,
2 by 6!
egging the pilots on to go for their boosters. But the pilots run the risk of slamming into a wall or even each other at those high rates of speed.
The runner's job is to pass through these huge containment doors and score laps by flying through one of the 2 scoring zones at the ends of the course. The beginning slalom makes for an interesting race for the first scoring zone.
Make the turn and then race back through the containment doors and head for the scoring zone at the opposite end of the course.
Now you lose points when you're damaged by the opposing team's crushers.
And of course, crashing is very costly.
Only the 1 runner on each team can score, so blockers need to defend them from the crushers on the opposite team.
Crushers and blockers fly in Bull-class Tarantula VTVs, a little slower than the Bug with a top speed of 253 kilometers per hour. Tarantulas carry 3 slots of 4 boosters each, but you never hear anyone yell 3 by 4.
Best of 7 rounds wins the Red Planet World Cup.
So far, here's what's happened.
Well, Rob, coming out of the American National Championship, undefeated and ready to take on the Japanese champs, is Team Godzilla from Chicago. They are Basehead, That Guy Bob, Shadowfax, and Doc Holliday.
And short on experience but long on spirit is the Japanese team, the Crushers. They are Ranthard, Kamui, Alpha Alpha, also known as Alfalfa, and Mad.
Round 1 takes place in a mining canal called Choices. This is the most basic course in the Martian mines and is used mostly for training.
Translocation in 3, 2, 1.
Round 1 starts with Shadowfax making his first kill, blowing away Kamui 7 seconds into the round, and he never lets up. This allows Basehead to score 8 laps and over 55,000 points for the American team, compared to Ranthard's 5 laps and a negative 433 points for the Japanese.
Teamwork is what it's all about, and we caught up with Basehead and Shadowfax and asked them about their strategy.
Basically, I'm the runner, so my job is to run through the maze, score, avoid other crushers, and make sure I don't die. He's my crusher.
My job is to make up for his mistakes.
Which aren't that many.
Damn, there's a lot of them, man. What are you talking about?
Stop dying.
When these guys kill the opposing team's runner or slam them into an obstacle, they gain points for themselves and take points from the opposing team. I mean, just ask Mad.
Mine's a super dangerous attack.
So at the end of round 1 of Martian football, the Americans, Team Godzilla, lead 1-0.
Round 2 takes place in the Charlie Horse course, slightly more complicated than Choices. This is the only other officially approved map for Martian football, but there are still plenty of places for massive collisions.
Martian football is a variation of Red Planet. You have a runner that's basically running the race. You have crushers that try to kill that runner, and they get points based on how fast they're going. The runner tries to score laps, basically like I said in the race before. The crushers have to avoid a blocker, which gets points for killing the crushers also, just like the crushers get points for killing the runner. Now, depending on how fast the runner's going and how fast the crusher's going, you actually do get more points for that. So it's actually a fun game. It's really fast-paced, and we're actually kind of good at it, and that's why we're here. And we're going to crush the Japanese.
Fighting words from Doc Holliday, who scores the first kill against Ranthard. We asked him if he likes flying solo or playing on a team better.
Well, I personally like a team competition better because when we win, we can share their happiness, and I just love to share that moment with my friends.
Ranthard's final score, 5 laps, not enough to beat Basehead's 8 laps. So at the end of round 2, the score now stands at 2-0 with Team Godzilla in the lead.
Round 3 raises the stakes by entering Head Office, a course generally reserved for individual Red Planet competition. The beginning slalom makes for an interesting race for the first scoring zone.
Experienced VTV pilots will tell you that for high scores in this course, take the high road.
This is the first round where Ranthard actually outlaps Basehead 7-6, but the Japanese team's performance still pales in comparison.
Wow, that guy Bob has died over 50 times already. Maybe he should change his call sign to Target or Victim or something.
Yeah, Rob, is that what you'd call an offensive lineman in football? Because that's that guy Bob's job.
Actually, I would call the offensive lineman Sir.
Yeah, that's a good idea for you, Rob.
Bill, they have to somehow pull this one out to stay alive.
With 3 rounds complete and the Americans leading 3-0, the Japanese have their backs against the wall.
Round 4 takes us back to Choices and a chance for the Japanese team to stay alive in this best-of-7 competition.
We're almost 9 minutes into round 4, and Basehead's tally in this round is 7 laps. No, make that 8 laps, and 35,082 points for the American team to Ranthard's 6 laps and only 4,002 points for the Japanese team.
Oh, it looks like, that's the end of the round of a Martian football competition, and it looks like Team Godzilla for the Americans has swept the Japanese in 4 straight. Hey, let's go catch up with them now.
Unbelievable! The International Red Planet Champions, ladies and gentlemen! Unbelievable! You guys are fantastic. You were cocky before the event. You jammed, you said you were gonna jam, you did it. You guys are unbelievable. You're the champs. Let's hear it for the champs. We'll be right back after this commercial break, so stay tuned.
Coming up next, Team Battletech competition, and Judge Reinhold gets duly ready for battle.
You're on call. It'll take 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Coming up next, Dooley saves the day.
1. Phase transition.
She's out of here.
Hey, guys!
Hey!
You actually look like you could be fighter pilots.
I'm feeling pretty good about it all.
Yeah, come on, it's time for a little training.
Oh, grab onto your joysticks. Training with Dooley.
Double bust those thrusters.
Hold your jets off, will ya? I make the training film.
Training.
All right, listen up, people. 300 miles west of Senegal, 2 miles below the continental shelf. Here it is, Atlantis. I say we drop here.
We? Why risk 4 lives? I'll go solo.
Dooley. Still a reckless hotshot, I see.
Somebody's gotta be.
Dooley, board to the tower immediately.
I'm busy!
Now. Stanley, where's my recon?
Working on it, sir.
Spray!
Need the tracking reports.
What about the...
Done. What's the rush?
We just lost contact with 2 rookies on Solaris 7. Probably just another UFT systems malfunction. I need you to go in and haul them out.
Hey, you called me in here for a milk run?
You're on call. It'll take 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Tops.
Prep the pod. I'm out of here.
I say that.
Everybody ready? Clear the containment bay. All right, commencing countdown. Launch on my mark. 2 minutes, huh, Doc? 5.
Less.
Yeah, right. 4, 3, 2, 1. Phase transition.
She's out of here.
Clear sunny skies in this universe. Okay, so who am I looking for?
Code names Killer and Thrasher.
Rather rookies.
Our last signal was 10 clicks to your southeast. Proceed 120 degrees from your position.
Killer Thrasher, this is Martian Bell. Do you read me?
Mayday, help! Somebody help me!
Dooley?
I'm on it.
Mayday, help! Somebody help me!
Sir, I'm pulling the satellite intercept.
See it. Give me that. The lead mech is the Thor V1, 35 feet tall, 83.5 tons. Carries 2 large laser cannons.
And enough missiles for the Chinese New Year's. This is not my first barbecue, though. Hey, Thrasher, what's happening here?
I don't know! Oh, God, we're bushwhacked! I think Killer bought it!
We'll say a prayer for him later.
My right way to go, baby!
Just like riding a bike.
Dooley, this is a rescue mission, not a cavalcade of carnage. Just lock your radar on them so we can drag them back, please.
Oh, Mom, and just when we were having fun. Roger, we've got bad guys in our back pocket.
What's happening here? I can't move!
Relax. You're hooked on a rock. Press the red button to reverse and back off. Now look at your radar. You're at the center of your own screen. Those nasty-looking blips are incoming bogeys.
Okay, so they're on the screen. How come I don't see them out there?
Make a hard right and you will.
Oh, my God! No!
still in combat. But you're oversteering. Make smaller movements with the joystick.
Oh my God!
Where did you get this guy, Doc? Don't waste ammo. If you're not on target, keep your crosshairs on the horizon.
Getting slammed here!
Just keep moving. Line up your crosshairs with your joystick. Fire when the crosshairs flash and you see the enemy pilot's name.
That's it?
Who knew intergalactic combat could be so easy?
Yeah! Woo, woo, woo! Oh, that hurt.
Just when we were gonna be friends. You think you got the hang of this, Rook?
You bet.
Then let's toast him. Don't let it go to your head. I'm uploading your coordinates.
Oh, but I'm just getting started. Here it comes. Sid, bring her back.
In 3, 2, 1.
Okay? Yeah. Hey, Dooley, I just want to thank you.
Nice work.
Milk run.
So, this Atlantis drop. You want to ride shotgun for me, Dooley?
I told you, Dodge is a solo mission all the way.
And you just gotta be first.
Gotta be.
Team Battletech competition is coming up.
Hey, Rob, what are you doing, man? I'm playing Battle Mech, the home game. It's called Mech Warrior 2, and I'm about to win. Can we go to commercial or something?
All right, whatever. Hey, we'll be back right after this.
Yeah, check out the foot pedals.
It sounds great.
Activision unleashes Mech Warrior 2 with the most spectacular special effects in computer game history, exploding onto CD-ROM. Mech Warrior 2, feel the burn.
Coming up, Battletech team competition.
Here's how Team Battletech works.
Each of the competitors goes into battle in one of these. It's like a huge walking tank called a battle mech. Each of these battle mechs has over 15 tons of armor and stands nearly 4 stories high.
There are 6 battle mech classes, and each of the 4 players on both teams gets to choose and pilot a battle mech of his choice. The Loki class is heavily armed with a variety of weapons.
Then there's the Thor class, which is similarly equipped but in different configurations.
The Mad Cat class has lots of missiles but less protection.
Then there's the Avatar class, which is specially built to make it a hard target.
The Vulture class is equipped for long-range missile attacks.
And finally, the Sunder class, which has lots of firepower, but it's heavy and a little sluggish.
Each mech has anywhere from 4 to 8 variations, giving players over 30 different mechs to choose from.
But pilots may only use a mech once in a tournament.
In Team Battletech, the goal is to eliminate the entire opposing team.
The last team left standing wins.
Best of 7 rounds wins the Battletech World Cup.
You know the Battletech motto.
No guts, no galaxy. It's all about blowing up mechs, and blowing up more mechs.
So far, here's what's happened.
The American team called themselves Alpha Strikers, and they hail from Pasadena, California. They come into the competition with tons of attitude, even though they are clearly the underdogs.
They are Artec.
And Boingo.
Scipio.
And of course, Archer.
And here's why they're the underdogs. Meet Nightfork, the Japanese team.
They've already beaten last year's international champions to get here to Las Vegas.
They are Arsh.
And G. Halt.
Don't forget Sea Cucumber.
A favorite in the team. And Deathgate.
Round 1 takes place on Nazca 24. It's a pretty weird place filled with mysterious towers and a light scattering of rocky terrain. But conditions for this round specify low visibility at 100 meters.
Location in 3, 2, 1.
G-Halt scores the first kill, reducing Scipio's mech to rubble. G-Halt fought in the first international competition last year, and we asked him how things are different this year.
I would say the teamwork is much better than last year.
And it's that teamwork that allowed G-Halt to wipe out Archer as Arch blasted Boingo, ending what was designated as a 12-minute round in only 2.5 minutes.
Now that's what I call sudden death. Round 2 is on Badlands 16, where visibility increases to 850 meters. But Badlands didn't get its name for nothing. The drop zones where our mech warriors enter the competition are light city environments. But the rest of the terrain is pretty rocky.
Here's the play-by-play. This time Deathgate scores the first kill against Scipio, and then Boingo responds by destroying Deathgate. Here's what Boingo had to say about his team's strategy.
In Battletech, when my team is playing, we try to make the other team think that we're all attacking the same person, but rather one of us secretly breaks off without allowing them to know that, so that we can bother the other side and distract them while they're trying to focus on one of our team members.
That strategy buys Boingo one more kill, wiping out Sea Cucumber, before G-Halt puts Boingo's mech out of business and ends the round with a final blast to Archer, putting the Japanese team ahead by 2 at the end of the round.
Round 3 takes place on Urbana 24. This arena is a real challenge for even the best mech warriors. It's a sprawling city environment full of narrow passageways and tight hiding spaces.
The action doesn't really get going until 5 minutes into the round when Boingo nails Arch. Then G-Halt goes nuts. While blowing up Scipio, he wipes out his last 2 team members, Deathgate and Sea Cucumber, leaving himself alone on the field with 3 members of the Alpha Striker team hungry for the kill.
And boy, they get it. 1 round to the Americans. Yes!
Don't get too excited, Rob. I have a feeling G-Halt isn't going to make the same mistakes here in round 4. Now it's nighttime on Badlands 16, and in this round, G-Halt's confining all his kills to the American team.
You're right, Bill. And even though Deathgate scores the first kill against Artec and Scipio manages to nail Sea Cucumber, this is plainly a G-Halt spree. First, he destroys Archer, then Boingo, and finally Scipio, ending the round in a little over 3 minutes. We asked Scipio about his secret weapon.
The only trick I ever learned was to just alpha strike at the crotch.
Always strike at the crotch.
That's right.
Great. Great. Does that seem to work for you?
It's got us this far.
It's gotten you this far, but not far enough, because at the end of 4 rounds, the Japanese still lead 3-1.
That brings us to round 5. We're back on Nazca 24. It's twilight, and visibility is 850 meters. We're 2 minutes into the round.
Oh man, Rob, that was pilot error. G-Halt took himself out with Scipio, and now Arch is out.
Well, that ties it up at 2 kills each, but Sea Cucumber's on a rampage. Oh, Boingo's taking the bulk of the punishment. I think he's a goner.
There it is, Rob. Sea Cucumber got him. We asked him how he spends his free time when he's not wreaking havoc on Solaris 7.
Yes, of course I have other hobbies to do, which is I like to play sports. Well, actually I play badminton, and I like to go out and sing like karaoke and things like that with my friend.
No badminton here, Rob. 1 more kill and it's over.
I would not want to be Archer right now.
Oh man, that's it.
4 wins and 1 loss for the Japanese team makes Nightfork the Team Battletech International Champions.
Congratulations to the Japanese team. Let's hear a cheer for the Japanese team.
Coming up, Battletech individual competition. Coming up next, Battletech individual competition.
Welcome back. Here's how individual Battletech works.
The goal is to inflict more damage on your opponent's mech than you receive.
It's sort of kill or be killed, but just before your mech blows up, you're ejected and then returned to the field in a new one. Kind of like you have unlimited lives.
There's going to be 3 rounds of fixed mech competition, followed by 4 rounds of purchase mech competition.
In fixed mech, everyone rides the same class of mech.
But in purchase mech, each pilot has to choose a different mech for each round that can travel at different speeds and carry totally different weapons.
So far, here's what's happening.
Bill, first we should introduce the top 4 pilots from the U.S. National Championship and the 4 Japanese team pilots who were selected by their teammates to compete for the title Battletech International Grand Master.
Absolutely, Rob. From the U.S., we have Hunter.
Fury.
Deadeye.
And Rooster.
From Japan, we have Sea Cucumber.
Logic 1.
G-Halt.
And Arsh.
Round 1 is back in Badlands 16 at twilight, and visibility is down to 100 meters.
Keep in mind, Bill, these guys are all piloting Loki V6s in the first round. These things have a top speed of 146 kph, even though they carry 15 tons of armor.
Yeah, but these guys have to be up close and personal and accurate shooters, because these walking tanks have no machine guns or long-range missiles.
Translocation in 3, 2, 1.
Those dark areas on Sea Cucumber show where he's vulnerable.
Ooh, Rooster's there to get him. Now Hunter's after Rooster.
Oh, got him!
These 2 guys are cleaning up, scoring 6 kills each, but with only 3 deaths to Rooster's 4, Hunter comes out on top. Here's what he had to say about his favorite mech.
I don't have a favorite mech at the moment. What I do have are maybe 4 mechs that I play consistently. We call them the Big 4.
The Big 4, and those would be?
The Big 4 mechs are considered the Avatar Prime, the Sunder Prime, the Loki 2, and the T6. These are mechs that can do in excess of 60 points with 1 pull of the trigger.
Hey, favorite or not, Hunter used his Loki V6 to score over 2,000 points in that round, taking first place, with Rooster and Logic 1 in a distant second and third place.
Round 2 is like a different sport. On Nazca 24, it's broad daylight, visibility is at 850 meters, and these guys are lumbering around in Vulture V5s. These battle mechs have 20 tons of armor on them, have a top speed of only 65 kilometers per hour, and carry long-range missiles.
This is clearly Fury's long suit. He picks off Logic 1 twice, then Rooster, Hunter, and finally Arsh. This gives him a grand total of 5 kills, 3 deaths, and 1,854 points, giving him the lead, and Logic 1 and Rooster second and third place respectively.
Round 3 is back on Urbana 24 at night. Visibility 500 meters, and this time the mech warriors are piloting Thor V1s. This is a pretty versatile offensive mech with 15.5 tons of armor, a top speed of 97 kilometers per hour, and they are heavily armed.
Well, when you load them up with weapons and cut down on their heat sinks to make them lighter and faster, the results are pretty predictable. 38 kills, 39 deaths in 1 round.
Yeah, but kills and deaths aren't everything, Rob. This time it was G-Halt's turn, equaling Hunter's 6 kills and 4 deaths, but just squeaking out the win with 2192 points over Hunter's 2139.
But at this point, Hunter is ahead overall with 19 championship points. Round 4 on Nazca 24. It's nighttime and visibility is 1,100 meters. This is a purchase mech round, where pilots only have enough points to purchase 2 powerful mechs and 2 weak mechs or 4 average mechs.
Without the extra armor of the Avatar, all the Sunder V3s are taking a pretty bad beating.
Sea Cucumber is doing his share of the damage. We asked him about his special victory dance.
This is a victory dance he does based on like a caterpillar for the war. In German, they have the caterpillar, what's called Gepardo, and he likes to do this when he wins, as if he is in the caterpillar.
Deadeye is managing to stay out of the line of fire using the acceleration of the Vulture V3 to end this round with no kills, no deaths, and 1,300 points, tied for first place with G-Halt in the overall standings.
Almost all the pilots switched to Avatar mechs in round 5 for another night encounter, this time in Badlands 16 with 850 meters visibility.
Not Deadeye, Rob. He went for a Loki V2.
And that's not a bad choice. Whoa! Look at him reduce Fury's Avatar V3 to rubble.
That's a good choice, Rob. That V2 has a top speed of 113 kilometers per hour. It's got 15.5 tons of armor, and it's loaded with lasers and a particle projector cannon. With only 2 kills, he manages to win the round and take sole possession of first place overall.
Round 6 definitely separated the men from the boys for this night encounter in Urbana 24 with visibility of 500 meters. Hunter goes for the Avatar Prime, top speed 146 kilometers per hour.
A little dangerous though, Rob, because to get it to go that speed, it only carries medium-range lasers.
Oh, I don't think that's a problem for Hunter, Bill. He scores 6 kills and 2 deaths, taking over first place. Fury scores 5 kills and 5 deaths in his slow but powerful Thor V1, and Deadeye slips through with 0 kills, 0 deaths in that big old Thor V5. We asked Rooster, hey Roos, what were you doing during that whole battle?
Try and stay out of the way, stay behind everyone, make them light each other up, and then come in and finish them off.
That strategy kept Rooster's damage at a minimum, but it also kept him out of the lead. No pain, no gain.
So at the end of round 6, Hunter and Deadeye are 1 point apart.
Get out of here. After all this, it's that close?
You got it, Bill, but Fury is not that far behind.
So this is it, round 7. The sun is out, visibility is 850 meters, and we're in Badlands 16.
Fury is going for it in a big way in his Thor V4, killing everything he can get in his crosshairs. First he nails G-Halt, then Sea Cucumber, then Rooster, then Logic 1 and Hunter. Deadeye and Arsh are next. Hunter and Arsh again. Deadeye is just trying to stay out of the line of fire in his Avatar V1, and Hunter is slow but steady in his Avatar V3, using his missiles in an attempt to maintain his overall lead.
And here's how it all turned out. In 8th place, Arsh.
In 7th place, G-Halt.
In 6th place, Logic 1.
5th place, Rooster.
4th place, Sea Cucumber.
3rd place, Deadeye.
2nd place, Fury.
And in 1st place, the 1995 Battletech International Grandmaster, Hunter.
Congratulations, the International Battletech Grandmaster. It's amazing. He's also the first American Grandmaster of this competition. Hunter, how's it feel?
I'm going to Disneyland.
Let's hear it for Hunter! International Battletech Grandmaster!
Coming up, Red Planet Individual Competition. Coming up next, Red Planet Individual Competition.
Welcome back. Boys, tell them how individual Red Planet works.
The Red Planet motto is...
Velocity equals victory. Speed, speed, and more speed.
Pilots race through the canals trying to reach the scoring zones without being destroyed by an opponent or maybe slamming into a wall.
The top scorer becomes the 1995 Red Planet Grandmaster.
So far, here's what's happened. Well, Bill, this is the ultimate Freeman Jack competition, and I've got to tell you, both the American and Japanese pilots were definitely up to the task. Here they are. Ranthard.
Rooster.
Spice.
Commissioner.
Thybor Ferenzi.
Mad.
Mati.
And let's not forget Kamui. Round 1 takes place in Autobahn. Speed demons love this course, but boosters must watch out for the deadly choke.
And remember, Bill, these guys are all piloting bug-class spec vehicles in the first round. Little specs have a top speed of 349 kilometers per hour, and with their 2 slots of 8 solid rocket boosters, they can often reach speeds over 1,000 kph.
Translocation in 3, 2, 1.
Ranthard played this course beautifully. Instead of going for the breakneck top speed for which Thibaut Frenzy gets credit at a brisk 1,303 kph, Ranthard kept the lid on it at 950 kilometers per hour and still led the pack with 9 laps, 4 kills, and 4 deaths for a total of 18,449 points.
Round 2 takes us to Brewer's Bane, the only course with death pits that has been cleared for use. In fact, Brewer's Bane is so tough that it is the site of all Red Planet Master Trials.
In this round, all of our pilots will be flying barges. These Mule-class VTVs have a top speed of 318 kph, accelerate at 14.2 meters per second, and carry 2 slots of 6 boosters each.
Here's Rooster entering the containment bay again and scoring, but Kamui takes top honors for speed in this round, costing him 6 deaths and putting him dead last in laps with a grand total of only 3 trips to the scoring zones. Oh, Rooster, that has gotta hurt, but it won't matter. He still comes in with a first-place score of 12,906.
Round 3 takes place in Rooster's Realm, a fast and furious figure-8 course that's a challenge for even the most experienced VTV pilots.
In this round, our pilots will be flying Bugs. The namesake of its class, the Bug, has a top speed of 324 kilometers per hour and 2 sets of 6 boosters, coupled with very sophisticated electronic engine controls. Here's Ranthard showing off all that power and real quick throttle response.
No kidding, Rob. Look how he uses those boosters on the straightaways. That is just awesome. That'll take him all the way down to the scoring zones and giving him 5 laps, and he is clearly in the lead.
He and Rooster are only 500 points apart. We asked Ranthard to please tell us what his secret is.
Yes, I have the secret one, but it's a secret.
Well, whatever it is, it's working, because with 10,976 points, Ranthard takes round 3.
Round 4 takes us once again to Choices, a course we've seen a lot of in this second annual competition. It's like a Martian Indy 500 out there, folks. A straight shot, and we're going to see lots and lots of laps in this round.
All of our pilots are flying Bull VTVs, again the namesake of their class, with a top speed of 239 kilometers per hour and 2 slots of 6 boosters each.
Thibor Ferenzi and Commissioner are really going at it in this round, trying to boost their way into Red Planet history. We asked Thibor Ferenzi where he got that unique call sign.
I got my call sign from a book. It's called Necroscope. Brian Lumley wrote it. It's a really good book. It's a vampire, basically. Thibor Ferenzi. He's like the most powerful vampire, so that had to be me.
Our vampire pilot comes in second, just 32 points behind Commissioner.
In round 5, these skilled pilots get to choose their VTVs from 3 classes: the Bug class, which is quick and maneuverable; the Bull class, slower but well-armed; or the Mule class, which is the best of both worlds.
These next 3 rounds are called the Cartographer's Rally, which means that they have never before seen this course.
Talk about winging it. This is totally unknown terrain to these guys, and look at the way they're slicing through these crevices.
This is where Rooster really struts his stuff, and with 10,062 points, he takes this round with Ranthard not far behind in second place.
In round 6, remember, all of the pilots have to choose entirely new vehicles. Here comes Commissioner through the containment doors. He's going to head down the straightaway, and oh, that has got to hurt.
Look at the boost here with Spice Rob shooting down the corridor. Man, this is the second time that he has seen this course, so he is really flying by the seat of his pants.
This is what they mean by 2x6. He knows that there's the extra reward of having the course named after him if he takes the most points in the Cartographer's Rally.
As Spice rounds the turn and passes through the scoring zone, he boosts again for extra speed down the straightaway. Oh, there he takes a wild spin, but even with 4 deaths, he ends up in first place for this round.
But you know, Bill, Ranthard's been right behind him in a close second place, and now it looks like it all comes down to round 7.
Here's Rooster and the Screaming Broccoli coming off the wall. He is really going for it this time, Rob, but this is his last chance to overtake Ranthard and win this event.
Rooster may be flying fast, but Ranthard is flying smart, slow and steady in the unfamiliar terrain, and then boosting down the straightaways to gain the speed he needs.
Rob, look how he navigates through these doors and how he waits and pauses and takes his time navigating through traffic before he sets himself up for the boost down that corridor.
He's coming into the containment bay and the scoring zone. There he picks up another lap. Now watch this, he waits, looks like he's waiting for the doors to open. He is so careful, that's why he has no deaths in this round on terrain he's never seen before. The doors open, and bam, he's gonna boost right there and head down the straightaway.
Well, Rob, it looks like Ranthert has clear sailing here. Oh, he takes a little bit of a bump from Spice, but that's okay, he doesn't die. He picks himself up, dusts himself off, and he's back on track.
Bill, this has been a really exciting race. Let's go see the pilots and see how it all shook out. Number 8, Kamui.
In 7th place, Mati.
In 6th place, subbing for Mad, Alfalfa.
In 5th place, Thibor Frenzy.
In 4th place, Commissioner.
Winner of this year's Cartographers Rally in 3rd, Spice.
2nd place, Roos Rooster.
And the winner in Red Planet International Grandmaster, Ranthert.
Okay, I'd like for you to say a few words to us. How does it feel?
とても嬉しいです。とにかく嬉しいです。
Grandmasters and Virtual World Cup International Champion. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Start practicing for next year. I want to see some more women out there.
We'll see you then. Bye-bye, everyone.
Hotel accommodations provided by the Las Vegas Hilton, home of Andrew Lloyd Webber's triumphant musical, Starlight Express.
Activision unleashes Mech Warrior 2 with the most spectacular special effects in computer game history, exploding onto CD-ROM. Mech Warrior 2, feel the burn.
The fuel level's on. What are you doing? No, it's okay.
We're in trouble now!
In Fix Mech, every pilot, each of the competitors goes into battle in one of these. It's like a kind of a walking tank, only theirs is 4 feet tall. Best of 7 rounds wins the Red Planet World Cup.
They win something.
So far, here's what's happened. The Virtual World Cup is a Stone Stanley production.